Have you ever wondered why some dishes look like a masterpiece, while others seem like a chaotic mess? Today, we're uncovering why overcrowding can sabotage even the best dishes. Overcrowding doesn't just clutter your plate, it also dilutes your dish's visual impact and undermines your hard work in the kitchen. If this sounds familiar, well don't worry, you're definitely not alone. Many top chefs and cooks have fallen into this trap early in their careers. I'll break down common pitfalls of cramming too much onto your plate, share insights from seasoned chefs who've mastered this balance, and give you some practical tips to transform your plating skills. If you're new to this channel, my name's Tom and I've been a professional food photographer for the past 10 years, working with top chefs across the UK, and I've literally photographed thousands of plates of food, so I have a good idea of what looks good on the plate and how the best chefs go about designing theirs. By the end of this video, you'll see why less is often more in creating visually stunning and memorable culinary experiences. Now, I've wanted to make this video for a while, because from my conversations on the Food Envy podcast, almost every chef has confessed to overcrowding the plate when they were young and less experienced. This often comes from a lack of confidence in the dish's abilities to stand on its own, leading to the urge to add more elements to impress. Recognizing and fixing this common mistake is crucial for developing professional level culinary skills and presentation. Here's Anthony Raffo, chef patron of Anglo in London, explaining with more eloquence and credibility than I can.
New Nordic has definitely inspired me to be bold enough to be simple and organic and not have to put all these twills on and things like that and make it look like something it's not.
A lot of plating for me as a novice and somebody who appreciates it massively, it seems to be a lot about confidence and knowing when's enough. It's like, I don't need to add that. There's no point to adding that. I'm going to stop. This is enough. The ingredients scream for itself. Stop.
I mean, it's a learning curve, because when I was younger and I was creating dishes, or one of my chefs would allow me to create a dish, I would chuck my whole mise en place on it. I would put everything I can on it to make it look beautiful. And then in my mind, the more you were putting on, the more flavor it was and the better it would be. And now I've matured as a chef and I feel like my food has got better. I've started to rein it back and be more confident in making a decision to be like, if that doesn't have to be there, then I'll take it off, instead of just being, oh, we'll keep it on there anyway, just so it makes the dish look bigger or something like that. It's definitely, with age has come the confidence to take a step back and say, well, that can come off, this can come off, because it's maybe giving something texturally, but it's not giving it flavor wise. So
I heard this great expression, it's like a mise en place hand grenade has gone off. Which sounds about right.
Definitely a lot of that when I was growing up. Like I said, I was under the impression that the more you put on, the more flavor you're creating and the more levels you're creating. Which you are in a sense, but then on your palate that could just completely just be a cluster bomb. Like, it's just it doesn't make sense in your mind or your palate. So to have only three, I usually try and go for like just 3 or 4 key flavors and work with them.
If you're an experienced chef, you might recognize yourself in this. Let me know in the comments below if that's true. And if you're new to cooking, this might save you hours of wasted effort. Still not convinced? Well, here's Stephen Edwards, chef patron from Etch in Brighton and a UK MasterChef winner in 2013. He talks openly about his early days as a chef and what MasterChef taught him about overcrowding and simplicity. I love his point about how plating is about creating a refined dish, not just showcasing techniques. Check it out.
Like, food has always been like visually appealing. It's just how far we're taking it now. We're pushing the boundaries. Again, in that competition with MasterChef, my main focus was getting a dish up to the judges that technically was good, but you also want it to look and eat well as well. So there's a lot of things going on. Like I said, I was 26 at the time, and I think as a younger chef, the visuals are more important sometimes than the actual result of the dish. And I was still learning a lot about myself as a chef. I think part of the show was I was almost trying to put too many flavors. And what was really nice with Michel Roux, he was almost like giving me hints as to like what I could do to push myself further. And it was just stripping back and maybe instead of like 4 or 5 ingredients, maybe looking at 2 or 3 and being less risque with them.
It's fascinating, isn't it? The more experience you get, the less you feel you need to do. And that, again, something from this podcast I've learned is that, you know, the chefs that are more comfortable in their own skin with what they're doing and they know that it's good, they're not putting 15 different colours on a plate. They're not doing 15 different flavours and all that kind of stuff because it's unnecessary. You know, from a visual point of view, it's just too confusing. And from a taste point of view, you can't taste it all, right? So it's
I think what it is the older you get, you realise you're building up your reputation. You've got something. When you're younger, you want it all, and you want to show that you can do every technique. And I always remember, I think it was the first round on MasterChef. It was the mystery box of ingredients, so maybe 15 ingredients. I just chose 2 or 3 ingredients and just did a simple dish that would get me through to the next round. One of the chefs that went out literally took all 15 ingredients and made all these sort of like dishes with it, or elements to a dish. He was making hollandaise with gnocchi and pasta. Just trying to show everything that he could do. And that's what the judges didn't want. They wanted refinement, to show that you could create a dish rather than a series of techniques.
If you've not managed to watch any of my Food Envy podcasts, I'll link to it here. There's so much great information from various top UK chefs that I've been lucky enough to talk to. We'll learn about their backgrounds, how they go about their plate designs, why they use certain techniques, and how you can learn to do it too by watching their demonstrations. I really hope you enjoy them. But what can you actually do about it? First, know that overcrowding is a common mistake that many chefs do early on, so don't worry about it. Here's a few tips to avoiding it. Plan your plate. Before plating, decide which elements are essential and how they'll be arranged. Focus on a few key ingredients. I suggest sketching it out, even if you can't draw. Edit ruthlessly. Remove elements that don't add to the dish. If an ingredient doesn't enhance flavour, texture or appearance, just leave it out. Seek feedback. Get feedback from experienced chefs or mentors. They can offer invaluable insights to help refine your techniques. Practice simplicity. Create dishes with fewer components. Make each element count and aim for a balanced, harmonious plate with minimal ingredients. By recognising the tendency to overcrowd and focusing on simplicity, you can develop a more refined and professional approach to plating. This will improve the visual appeal of your dishes and enhance the dining experience for your guest. When a plate is overcrowded, it often results in unbalanced visuals, with too many colours, textures and shapes competing for attention. This can make the dish look chaotic rather than artful. So understanding balance, like in graphic design, is crucial to creating a visually appealing plate. Balance involves how elements are weighted on the plate to create cohesiveness and satisfaction. Without balance, the diner's eye won't know where to look, and key components might be overlooked. Achieving balance in plate design. Colour. Use small areas of vibrant colour to balance larger areas of neutral colour. For example, a bright green garnish can balance a predominantly beige dish. Shapes. Vary shapes to create visual interest. Round elements can balance out angular ones. Pattern. Repeating elements like dots of the sauce or microherbs can create a sense of order. Movement. Use lines and edges to guide the diner's eye across the plate, creating a visual journey. Now, balance does not mean you can't have contrast or a focal point. It's about distributing elements to maintain visual harmony. By applying these principles, each component of the plate contributes to a cohesive and harmonious visual experience. Why not download my Plate Like a Pro guide to help you with balancing your design? It's a fantastic starting point to get you going. It's completely free, but if you could like, subscribe, or leave a comment, it lets me know that this sort of content has been helpful for you. So thanks so much. Overcrowding often leads to complicated and confusing compositions, making it hard to achieve a harmonious design. Too many elements can distract from the hero of the dish, disrupting the dining flow. Simplifying the composition enhances the dining experience by making it easy to focus on the main ingredient. Applying simplicity principles. Minimize and refine. Edit down the number of components on the plate to those that are essential, achieving a clean and focused presentation. Strong visual impact. Focus on creating one visual impact, such as a beautiful seared piece of protein or an artfully arranged vegetable. Harmony and balance. Ensure that the remaining elements are balanced and harmonious, with careful placements of colour, texture, shape, to create a visually pleasing composition. A simplified composition improves the dining flow by making it easier for a diner to navigate the plate. By reducing the visual clutter, the main component stands out, enhancing the dining experience. I recently shot a video all about composition in plate design, which I'll link to here. It will give you much more understanding of how to achieve this in the real world, and it's well worth a watch. Using fewer ingredients, allowing for a greater focus on quality, enabling the use of high-end, seasonal and locally sourced products. Diners will notice the difference in taste and presentation, appreciating the superior ingredients. Additionally, a more minimalist approach highlights the chef's technique and craftsmanship, allowing the diner to better appreciate the skills involved in preparing each component. High-quality ingredients elevate the dining experience with superior flavours and taste. Diners are much more educated now and can discern the nuance of a dish, leading to a more memorable meal. A beautifully presented dish reflects the chef's mastery of plating techniques, crucial for professional development and setting a high standard for the restaurant. Strong presentation increases the likelihood of a dish being photographed and shared on social media, serving as an effective marketing tool. A visually appealing dish can attract attention and can bring new customers drawn to the aesthetic. a greater appreciation of technique. Highlighting craftsmanship and skill through focused presentation enhances the diner's appreciation of your culinary artistry. And by simplifying the plate to feature high quality ingredients allows your chef's skills to shine. Techniques like precise knife work, flavour balancing become much more apparent, showcasing your expertise. Quality presentation also educates the diners about ingredients and techniques, deepening their appreciation of the art and enriching the dining experience. In culinary arts, the presentation of a dish is more than just a visual experience, it's a narrative. An overcrowded plate can dilute this story. Each element on the plate should contribute to a cohesive tale, whether it's about the ingredients' origins, cultural significance, or the chef's personal journey. Storytelling through plate design creates an emotional connection to the diner. It transforms the dining experience into something meaningful and unforgettable. A well-designed plate communicates the chef's intent clearly. It reveals why specific ingredients were chosen and how they harmonise. By avoiding overcrowding, the chef ensures this message is conveyed effectively, allowing the diner to appreciate the thought and creativity behind each dish. When a plate is thoughtfully designed with a clear narrative, diners engage more deeply with that dish. They not only taste it, but also experience the story embedded in its presentation. This engagement enhances their overall dining experience, leaving a lasting impression. A focused plate guides the diner through the seamless tasting journey. It allows them to navigate through the dish effortlessly, savouring the progress of the flavours and textures as intended by the chef. This enhances the dining flow, making the experience enjoyable and intuitive. So how can you actually use story in your plating? Provenance and seasonality. Highlight the origins and freshness of the ingredients. Cultural traditions. Incorporate techniques, flavours and presentation styles that reflect heritage and history. Personal journey. Share the chef's signature techniques, favourite ingredients or inspirations. Effective storytelling through plate design transforms dining into a multi-sensory experience. By creating dishes that tell compelling stories through ingredients, traditions and personal narratives, chefs create memorable experiences that resonate deeply with diners. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope this video has helped you understand that overcrowding the plate is a common pitfall that many, if not all, chefs and cooks go through. The need to add more elements and showcase multiple techniques can be strong, but through knowledge of the issue and more confidence in your own abilities, it can be beaten. Another great way to avoid this is by studying what other chefs do and getting an understanding of why it works. By reverse engineering the plate design photos of some of the best visual chefs is a great place to start, and that's exactly why you should watch my Plating Gym series of videos, linked here, where I deconstruct why I think they work aesthetically. Why not join the conversation and tell me what you think of them?